What we do see is a trend of schools being hit across Gaza. There were 17 such incidents in July. And as always in this conflict, it's the innocent civilians who suffer the most when the parties to the conflict don't respect the sanctity of schools and hospitals. Well, that's correct. Unfortunately, there is no place safe in Gaza. In my role, I have the opportunity to talk to a lot of people across Gaza. I met a woman and her family who said she was from the north, and they told her to move to Raqqa, she would be safe. And then they told her to move to Mawasi, and she would be safe. And unfortunately, she lost one of her children, and another of her children were seriously injured in an incident that took place in Mawasi. What we've seen is shrinking space for innocent civilians to find safety for themselves, for their families, and that's all they want. They just want somewhere safe to be until the conflict ends. And what is very much needed at this moment is a ceasefire, a deal that would return the hostages, and then allow people in Gaza to begin meaningfully rebuilding their lives. Look, as I said, we weren't there, but I would be quite surprised if in a school where families are seeking shelter from the violence that's going on across Gaza, there weren't women and children. Children make up nearly half the population in Gaza. Women are probably a quarter of the population. Just by pure statistics alone, it's very likely that women and children were present. Again, we can't verify that, but I think it is pretty likely women and children were there at the school, because that's where they would most likely be as they sought shelter from the conflict and tried to find safety for themselves and for their families. I mean, that's an unfortunately apt description by Philippe. The unbearable has become the new normal, especially for women and children in Gaza. And we're past 10 months now of this conflict where they're unable to find safety. They don't have access to clean drinking water. I'm sure they're very concerned about an outbreak of disease, as we are. There's piles of garbage across Gaza, and it's very much becoming somewhere that's unlivable. So the intolerable, the unbearable has for them become the new norm. That's their life every day when they wake up and just try to survive and find their basic necessities. And I hope that that this horrible incident will get the international community to help push through a ceasefire that's so desperately needed,